What's up, y'all? If you're anything like me, you woke up to check your favorite crypto investments, saw a whole bunch of red lines and numbers, and cried. Let's face it, this market is terrible, but I do want to say something before you grab your gold and prepare your sacrifice to the market, crypto gods, whatever. I might be able to help you see green lines and green numbers in the future with this one little project I've had my eye on for a little minute now. Now, before we get started, I'd like to thank my 7 subscribers. Yes, I said it, 7. And I like the newer viewers to use 1/10 of your muscles and your finger to touch that like button and subscribe. Okay, now your patience is about to be rewarded. Today's video is going to be about the Casper network. The Casper Coin was created by a former Ethereum developer in March of 2021, and the native coin of the blockchain is the Casper Coin. I mentioned in my last video what the main focuses of the blockchain were, but in this video I want to underscore the background of this project and the amazing capability of this project and why it's so majorly undervalued. Now, there are many steps involved to figuring out whether or not a crypto project has potential, but a few key things to look at are the team behind the project, their track record, the aim of the project, and how well entities both inside and outside the crypto space have responded to this project. When you find positive answers to those questions, it's usually a sign you picked a project with a high degree of potential to succeed and reward you for your investment. So I bet you want to learn about the leadership behind the project, and I got you. So we already know from my earlier video that Vlad Zamfir developed the chain. But it's important to know about the team currently at the helm of the operation to get an idea what kind of project this is and to pick up any potential red flags at the executive level if there are any. Now, a quick glance at the Casper Labs team page will show you the key players of the Casper team. And bear with me, they got some names on them, so I'm going to try to pronounce them to the best of my ability. You'll see the CEO, Mrinal Manohar, the CTO, Medha Parlikar, COO Cliff Sarkin, CFO Daniel Marfoot, CMO Michael Dobak, and General Counsel Varun Gupta. All the team members named have experience and education relevant to their fields and have had various successes before joining on with Casper Labs. The CEO has a long history of familiarity with distributed ledgers and the crypto space as a whole, and was even an angel investor to different protocols in the space prior to leading one himself. At a basic level, this information is reassuring because it tells us that the executive branch of Casper Labs understands crypto intimately, but also has an understanding of how to properly and successfully operate a business. But there's more to investigating the executive team behind a project you have interest in. To understand the potential of a crypto-oriented project or company may be even more important than looking at the CEO's background is taking a close look at their CTO. The CTO and co-founder at Casper Labs, as previously mentioned, is Medha Parlikar. Medha has an over 25-year career in software engineering, management, and quality assurance. Her experience includes working in key leadership roles for the original MP3.com, DivX Inc., who are the producers of AVC Advanced Video Codec formats, which everyone uses, as well as Adobe, who most of us know as the PDF guys. You might be asking why Medha's past experiences even matter when we're talking about crypto, but the answer to that question is integrity, trust, and the evolution of technology. It's clear from even just a glance at Medha's experience that she has a long history in the tech industry and has been relied on for decades to deliver in each role she was placed in, even by highly selective companies with strong international reputations. This demonstrates integrity and makes room for the establishment of trust. In crypto, something that often plagues the industry is the fact that integrity and therefore the ability to trust is hard to find. New tokens and entire chains are constantly being released, many of which unfortunately have anonymous developers and shady teams. Because the OG crypto Bitcoin had been such a success, even though its creators were anonymous, many new investors mistakenly believe that Bitcoin's success can be easily replicated with some of these newer projects. This is especially true because the creators of shady projects often try to intentionally market their product as the next Bitcoin or Ethereum. They sell investors bold promises of huge return of investments that fall flat when time goes by, and promise products are never released, or even worse, they rug pull on investors. Rug pull just means that the creators of a crypto project scam investors by draining the liquidity out of the project, leaving investors holding bags of now worthless coins. With Casper Labs helmed by somebody of Meta's caliber, investors have very little to worry about as far as integrity and trust is concerned when they invest in the Casper network. At her high level of seniority, tech circles are fairly small, and somebody with her level of experience is extremely unlikely to engage with the crypto space in a way that's dishonest or fraudulent. Almost 3 decades of experience and the chance to redefine blockchain integration in the business sector is worth far more than the cost of trying to rug pull investors, especially with regulatory clarity around the corner. As for the evolution of technology, Meta has been working in the comp sci tech development space before computer tech widely became available like it is now, where billions of people own a cell phone or use computers in everyday life. She's seen the development of tech since the early days and would have a better idea than most people of what possibilities the future might hold, especially when it comes to technology integration in the business sector. Now, unlike the people who have only heard of or lived through the dot-com era obliviously, she actually worked through it, and she would have seen how that played out, which in my opinion gives her invaluable insight. Now, while Meta isn't the only member of the Casper Labs team, research on her background is important because it allows investors to make sure the person leading technology development is more than capable of delivering on promises made. So as far as the team behind Casper Labs though, I think Casper has almost everything you would want in a team driving a blockchain. So what are the aims of the project? Now, I touched on the aims briefly in my last video, but I want to get into more detail. What does business integration mean? In simple terms, it means getting businesses to adopt the technology and use it in their day-to-day function. Think about a time before Microsoft Office or Adobe products. There were previously existing technologies that businesses used to perform their functions. Documents weren't typed up in Word or converted to PDFs using Adobe, but at some point, companies like Microsoft and Adobe created new technologies that were faster and more convenient. Those companies then had to go through the process of introducing organizations to their products, demonstrating their perks, and convincing them to incorporate these products into their business. They accomplished these goals so well that most people can't think of operating their businesses without these technologies at their disposal. And that's what I like about Casper, because Casper aims to do the same thing but with blockchain technology. Through the Casper protocol, Casper wants to introduce businesses to blockchain technology such as dApps and smart contracts. While it has competitors that wish to achieve the same feat, the Casper network has a few aspects to it that make it stand out to me as a serious potential investment. Most importantly, I like the Casper network's ability to solve the blockchain trilemma. Now, the blockchain trilemma is the concept that one of the 3 core aspects of a blockchain, which are decentralization, security, and scalability, must be sacrificed in order to optimize the remaining 2. As such, any given blockchain is assumed to rest in maximum proximity to one of these core aspects while lacking strength in one or both of the remaining areas. So in a typical blockchain, if you wanted greater decentralization, you'd have to give up something as far as security or scalability, right? But that's why I like Casper, because as a Turing complete smart contract platform, Casper can optimize functions on any of the 3 core aspects without compromising the remaining. Now this means that the Casper protocol can remain decentralized and complete lightning-fast transactions without compromising the security or scalability of the blockchain network. Now, solving the trilemma is a major goal for many blockchain networks and is still out of reach for the vast majority. And that's why I like the Casper network, because it makes them very rare in that respect. The other important thing is that Casper not only offers trilemma resolutions to organizations looking to adopt blockchain tech, but it also offers sustainability. Greener tech is without a doubt the future. Businesses will be attracted to tech options that assure they can operate as efficiently as possible when it comes to energy usage. The Casper network is more efficient than its bigger competitors by orders of a magnitude, which gives it a huge competitive edge when it comes to adoption. So when it comes down to the aims of the Casper network, they are achievable with their blockchain and therefore believable. And that's what I look for when I invest. I bet you wondering how Casper has been received in and out of the crypto space. And I'm gonna be real, Casper hasn't made a lot of noise in the crypto scene, although there has been a lot of quiet work to establish the blockchain as a serious competitor. I mentioned the IBM partnership in my last video, but Casper has also made partnerships with CryptoPhanez as well as DevXDAO. Casper's joint venture with CryptoPhanez called Nucleus Finance is focused on financial infrastructure development, an area which their CEO Murnau is familiar with. Their partnership with DevXDAO is in collaboration with the Swiss Emerging Technology Association, which aims to support decentralized project funding for developers and scientists, which is another area the Casper Lab CEO knows quite a bit about. And even more good news about Casper, as I'm currently making this video, I just see that Casper is also a sponsor of the 2022 Santa Barbara Conference for the International Association of Cryptologic Research, an organization that aims to further scientific research in cryptology and related fields. The direction of the company shows that it's in the groundwork development stage, making this present time a great time to invest while it's early. Of course, not financial advice, but even with its competitors present, the potential with Casper is highly impressive for a blockchain that has received very little attention in the last bull run. Mass adoption of its technology could potentially reshift the way businesses function as a whole. Because of Casper Lab's model and approach to the blockchain, it has a strategic advantage for adapting quickly to a market that features more crypto blockchain regulation, which we are expected to see in the nearest future. But thank you for watching to the end. If you did, this was CryptoPhanez. I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching.